What's going on, betting against Wizards? Well, before we get any further, let's take our 150th look at what transpired Monday night in Seattle. Now listen, I know many of you had money on the game, one side or another. The reports are, in Vegas alone, $250 million changed hands on that last final play call alone. Start this way. The replacement refs are doing the best they can. We've got to give them some credit. It would be like if one day you're playing high school football, then the next day the Detroit Lions or Baltimore Ravens or Arizona Cardinals said, listen, we need you to play quarterback. The speed is so much faster for these referees that we're doing it at the highest of levels in the FCS, the Football Championship Subdivision. Some of them are NAIA refs. Some of them are Division III refs. So you got to give them some credit. But let's take ourselves away, and I think we all can agree that was absolutely an interception. No matter what side of the ball you're on there, you know that that was a horrible call, and the fact that it was reviewed after the call on the field was made and still kept a touchdown. Unbelievable gobble monsters. But let's say this. Both sides in this labor dispute of the referees being locked out by the NFL have good points and both have bad points. The bottom line is the NFL, multi-billion dollars in revenue every single year. The most popular sport in North America and one of the most popular sports in the world now. They have got to find a way to get the veteran officials back. And yes, as I mentioned, the veteran officials, they've got some sticky points of their own. They're a little out of bounds, wanting a lot more money, wanting more in the pension. We're not going to get into the nuts and bolts of that. The bottom line is the product on the field is being ruined. We as NFL fans are being cheated because of what is going on with these replacement officials affecting games. We knew it was going to happen. I mentioned to you weeks ago that a game was going to be decided by the replacement officials and it was going to be the wrong call. And it finally happened. The bottom line, though, is if these veteran officials don't get back, the game is going to be cheapened, the NFL itself is going to be cheapened, and all of their thoughts and talks about protecting the players, player safety, integrity of the game being number one will go out the window because it will all be a wink and a handshake lie. So now that we have the insanity out of the way, let's talk about the positives of this. The great folks at sportsbettingonline.ag, led by CEO Dave Johnson, in the lineage of amazing things they've done yet this season alone, refunding money on Manny Pacquiao and the University of Arkansas when they went down in flames as 30-point favorites to University of Louisiana Monroe. And then releasing props last week on the replacement officials themselves, have gone a step further and are now going to offer all of their players a mulligan each and every week that the replacement referees are around. This is the way that it's going to work. Each and every week, going forward in the NFL season in 2012, that the replacement officials are still calling these games, if there is a call like there was on Monday night, and the NFL admits that it was the wrong call, you're going to be able to use a mulligan to get your money refunded on whatever wager you had on that game. Each player is going to be allowed to use one mulligan per week, as I mentioned, as long as the replacement officials are there. I think it's absolutely unbelievable. The guys at sportsbettingonline.ag continue to come through each and every week. They really, truly care about their players. And that is what this amazing thing that they're doing for their players shows. And once again, just to repeat, if there is a crazy call like there was on Monday night in the Seattle Green Bay game, and it affects the game, and you want to use your mulligan, all that has to happen is the NFL has to admit that it was the wrong call, and you'll be able to use one mulligan per week to get your money back on any wager you made that was affected by that game. That is unbelievable. Back to the call that happened on Monday night. One of the worst things you'll ever see, depending on who you had in the game. But as I mentioned before, the veteran officials have never had more leverage in their lives because they've got to get them back on the field each and every week. They don't. The NFL is cheapened. It's a joke, and it's got to change. For the Betting Edge, I'm Dan the Man. Till next time, believe in the dream. After further review, the runner didn't touch second base. Touchdown, Pistons. And don't forget to sign up for InSpin.com's Insider now. Get all the 2-star free plays all year long. Absolutely no charge whatsoever. Go to InSpin.com right now.